the lymph system is the issue around the cells. It's not the blood. The lymph's the issue. If you got blood problems, clean the blood up. Use the blood formula. The blood formula can be used every couple of months just to clean out the blood because it reaches into the lymph. The blood formula is a great lymphatic formula, but I love the blood formula. Look at the herbs in the blood formula and see what you think. I think it's a really appropriate formula, and I really like it. Cleans up the liver, cleans up the spleen, cleans the blood, and reaches into the lymph system, so it's a good formula there. So, you just play and just clean up the body here and there and enjoy the journey with that. Here we go. November's grace. I will make the sacrifice and move to Florida to work for you, Dr. Morse. Love you too there, sweetheart. Thank you so much, November's grace. Yeah, we hired a man came in the other day. He said he was from the YouTube, but I one look at him. I said, we need to hire him, and we hired him, But you got to start in the back and work the way up. But I'd love to have all of you here. But you know what? You're the lights out in the wilderness for me and for the Supreme Being. This is all for the Supreme Being. For each of us, you got to always be that channel and be the Supreme Being, We're taking over the world. Yes, we are. And I hope we do, because I tell you, this world does need a real dose of health. And I'm just hoping that we'll do that and help the consciousness. And I don't know how you turn around. Some of these dictators are just solidified in their consciousness, willing to kill their own people. Some of these souls, there's a couple of places in the astral world that some of these souls go to, and all I have to say, if you knew where you could spend time karmatically, even in creation, you wouldn't even think about hurting somebody. So, there's that other side of it in creation that also keeps me a little on the side of channeling. It's just it's karma. That's a good sign. Your office is getting noticed and cause for help. I hope so, Thank you all for this. Kelvin, all you people that are out there, I humbly thank you all for this, our mission to get out there. That's all it is to me. I don't, in fact, I have read Dan Beggs about how Dr. Morse lived on oranges on at least 3 videos. I've been following Dan since almost his very first video. I've missed very few until he started doing 20-minute videos. The problem with these videos for me is they're going to be long. And unfortunately, maybe my answer to your question is lost somewhere in there. So what I'm trying to do is write on the heading in order of the way I get these. So I'm going to reverse these, and what I brought out first, I'm going to try to write first as the heading, so maybe you could sift through this quicker and you wouldn't have to put up with this longer dissertation here. So I do apologize in that way. Some of you are putting together these videos the way they should be, and I need your help. I know you guys are doing really good with that. So I really thank all you Facebook people. You guys there's a group of about 600 of you there that are really kicking butt. I take it this is going to be the core of the true healers here. So we need to make that 6,000 and get out there. And some of these countries are suffering so bad, we need to fix them up. Get everybody healthy and happy again. Then we'll get back to a semblance of some type of fun activity here. The water full of love. I don't know if Dan's spiritual ideas are his own or are recycled stuff. I don't know too much about any of that. I really don't focus on, I don't know what Dan's spiritual views are. I remember the last time he was in here, he was Jesus, but, there was times I went through all levels of thinking. I went through the fact there was no God. It was all nature, and then started looking around a little more, and I think that's what really broke me away from so much religious concepts. And then I started looking around and said, oh no, there's definitely an intelligent force that's created all this beauty. And I think sometimes we have to break some of our preconceived ideas to enter the realm of the now, to where we can enjoy the beauty of what exists. It's kind of like some people smell for the first time. I remember when I really started into the raw, and I've been raised on milk. I had forgot that I had lost the sense of smell, and then I'd been smelling by memory. And that's a startling wake up, that you've actually been smelling by memory, not by actual smells. And it brings a little more ecstasy to actually smell. So I see why God has the five senses here, why the physical body, and the activity there. But boy, whew, the development of these lower states is a jerker, man. The suffering is unbelievable. No offense intended for Dr. Morse or Dan, but I don't see eye to eye with either of them. Well, that's okay. You should have your right to see whatever eye you want to look at. I like the one eye, though, and that's the eye of God. Who cares how you perceive that, as long as you understand that would be a good, worthy goal for yourself. Believes in reptilian aliens. I really believe what I see, because I really don't want to say I believe in anything. As soon as I say I believe in something, I separate myself from fact and fiction, and I want to say what I've seen. I don't really throw out theories much. I'm not a theory-oriented person. I think we're drowned in our theories, even in religious thought and psychiatry and all these ridiculous theories. I take it that Whitney's probably going to be a drowning victim of a theory. But always what is, that's the key. But to get to what really is, you have to drop all what you think. Drop all these theories and these belief systems, because in the way that you're saying here is that I believe in. I've seen reptilian things, but I don't know. I've talked to some of you YouTubers that are very active in understanding them and what they're here for. I think it would be naive of me to not understand that life in this galaxy and in this physical world is stuck everywhere. I think the problem with man is that his id has made him think he's the superior being of all things, and that's regurgitating, and that's what's led us into where we're at, the narcissistic view that a lot of humans have, and I think you have to let that go, and just see what is, and the more that you're in the now, the more you'll see things you didn't observe before, whatever name you want to give that. I don't gel with any of that, but I think that there are entities of all levels. You can consider yourself an entity, and there are beings at all levels. To not understand that, I think, would be an insult to God, to say that we're the only ones. And I always hated that type of consciousness. That's regurgitating to me. So really, understand that we're all here. All life is intermingled, and all life is simply God in expression. And when you start seeing that, then belief systems and theories can go out the door. I don't really care what theories are out there. I ignore the spiritual stuff and just look at the nuggets. Yeah, do that. I mean, that's okay with me. This is at ANARCHORE. Well, yeah, you take what you need out of everything, and I like that. You really want to take and pick and choose what you need out of from what everybody says and mold it to what you know to be true. I'll say this: keep trying to let go of theories and preconceived ideas and look at more factual stuff. There's so much theory out there in all levels, in metaphysics as well as in diet and health, so all of that. Yes, I was been eating raw before Dad was in diapers. You really could use a little class, I know. Cool music. I love you guys. You guys are a bunch of great souls here. I say this is ongoing here. So I don't, Dan has promoted Dr. Morse several times. Yeah, we try to promote each other. Dan kept after me for doing the YouTubes, that's for sure. And it took James Velez Mitchell to throw me into that. And I've said this before, and that's my first video, because when you see the FDA coming out and saying, well, only 6% of people survive chemo, and then the news media has this concept that 80 or 90% survive it, I think that's misinformation, and I feel sorry for these broadcasters because they're lied to. And if you look at Time Warner and all these people, you know who they're owned by. You know the gig. So basically most of the crap out there is illusionary. Reality is, I hope this is reality video for you, because I try to teach you what I seen and experienced, because I have no real use for theory anymore, double-blind studies, religious concepts, philosophies, and stuff like this. We have to get to a much higher level of existence here. Now, it's not meant for everyone anyway. I don't expect a lot of people to get to the now and be able to maintain that level. I really don't. But if you can, you've got it. If not, you keep working on it. What can I say about that, right? So I don't know. This seems like a lot of going back and forth to me. But I think that we all need to work with love. You get whatever tidbits you need out of what we're saying here, and you go with that. I think it's a good idea. Thanks. All of you guys. LUIS, Lewis 04191, I love you. Thank you so much. Yahweh bless. Absolutely. Thank you so much for your kindness and grace, all of you guys. Even the guys that don't get with it all. Okay. You get whatever you can out of it and use it to help yourself. Now, whatever you can help yourself and get yourself healthier and happier, I'm for. Because a lot of people have lost their joy right now, and we need to get our joy back. And in the muckst of so much corruption and negativity, but that's how we stand tall and are the pillars of light and love and beauty, honesty, integrity. These are the hallmarks of what you should seek, the hallmarks of what a God would be, and respect for others. And it doesn't matter, these underlying little things, who's here first and that. We're in a long line of people that have paved the way from the Jensens and the Arnold Ehretts and there's all of them, McFadden's even. I mean, look at Fry and Shelton and Tilden. I mean, there's been a lot of greats out there that paved the way in times of solidified consciousness on the planet. Imagine what they were up against. I'm humbled that we're in that lineage of those that broke away from normal thinking, from the social consciousness, and broke away into the spiritual awareness of individuality, on actually the oneness of that. Individuality is interesting. There's the oneness of it, and then there's the narcissistic side of it as well. That's the problem. That's what I said before. You have to go beyond yourself to get to yourself. So interesting stuff here. So thank you all, the Life Rejuvenator and Regenerator. Dr. Morse, and because of Dan. Thanks, Life Rejuvenator. Good man. We got long videos. I have a corporate job, so you take what you need out of these guys. What is the name of the song? Just wishing Dr. Morse a staff. Thank you all. Lone Star Solar. That's a nice name there. Doc, that music is you. Thank you so much, DTH. Thank you all for your loving comments. And even those that are challenging us. It's okay. I think a good challenge, I'm always up for a good challenge. The challenge for me is in reality. And reality in this level is to see the proof in the pudding, and to see you beautiful people pulling yourselves out of some of your little boxes that's happened to you. And so I'm just excited to see you get out of pain. I can't stand suffering, so get yourselves out of pain and get your joys back. That's all that matters. And